And I mean, with him, his tape impressed me so much, man. I was very excited when I seen this. I said, this is why we wasn't able to run the ball. This is what we need. Like, that is right there. That's it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, when you see his tape, man, go check his tape out. When you see his tape and how hard he played,
They don't lie.
it doesn't lie. You will see it with.
All right, welcome back to another session with them Dennis boys. You got your boy B.
Debo.
EJ.
We're gonna come and talk about these draft picks that these Cowboys got. We're gonna start with their first round pick, Tyler Guyton. To me, feels like Tyler possibly could be a day one starter. He got the potential to be it, but I honestly think that all the guys that they brought in totality, he might be a guy they might sit and wait, in my opinion, based on watching this film. He has a potential and athletic ability to be something special for sure. I mean, with the length and all that, especially kind of remind me of Tyler. Not as strong, of course, but what y'all think?
My take on this guy, I feel like, I mean, he had really good tape. You can see he had some nasty to him. Like you said, too, I feel like he could be a development guy coming out the box. I would say he popped in terms of being the starter. I feel like he's going to have to work for it and actually show us that he's going to be that guy. Edoga, that's probably the guy we'll go with just based off the film. That's just my take on it.
Well, at this point, anybody in that position is a plus, an addition to us. Edoga is probably a solid, even though they have listed on the depth chart as second. I feel pretty strongly he's going to move in that first spot. Whomever else comes off is an addition in my eyesight in terms of trying to boost a position that we're really weak in and have been for some time.
Yeah, I mean, I think what knocks him is the lack of starts he had. And, you know, I mean, but that can be, you know, closed up. That gap can be closed real quick, you know, with the proper training and their training camp. And we got a lot of veterans, you know, on that line, too, that can get him up to par. So, I mean, I like his chances, man. I like the draft pick. You know, he got plenty of potential. He's going to be the guy eventually. We just don't know how soon. So, I mean, for the most part.
I mean, 6'7", you know, 330-something pounds.
He's a big boy.
Yeah.
That's a big boy.
And he can move. So, I mean, the numbers speak, you know, to his potential. So, second round, we got Marshawn Kneeland out of Western Michigan. What y'all just feel on him, on his tape?
Kneeland, I actually like this tape. His tape was pretty good. They call him an edge rusher, but I don't really think that's why we got him. I think it's more for, you know, stopping the run. He's a very good run stopper. He doesn't take no steps back. He fire off the ball. He has a good knack for the ball. Like, he's actually a great player. I feel like he's actually going to come in and make a great impact off the rip.
Yeah, well, you know, here again is a position of need. We can never have too many of those. You know, we find ourselves moving people around to try to fill that spot. And now's the time to try to get some stability at that. And based on what you guys, I heard from you guys about him, I think he'll be a good addition in terms of helping us with that solidifying it.
There's a very high motor also.
Yeah, that's the first thing about to come out of my mouth. That motor would pop for me. He, like you said, he snap off that ball, he firing off, man, and tackles on their heels automatically. they a lot of comparisons of her. He's more of athletic. DeMarcus Lawrence. We know DeMarcus Lawrence has a high motor and he's more technical sound. And I think that's one thing he's gonna have to work on coming in. But far as his get up and go and will to, that's A1 to me. Right. So I'm good when I'm expecting some big things from him. We need that depth too. And we don't know what the future holds for Tank and how much longer he has as well. So you got to start investing in your premium positions.
You know, looking at the depth chart, Fehiko is number 3 on the depth chart at defensive end. One end, then on the other end, you got the Marcus line, Lawrence and Sam Williams. So that's 3 holes we got to fill.
And we don't know if Sam Williams gonna actually stay on the field because he can't stay off from being in trouble off the field. So
he be quiet relatively lately. So hopefully that's gonna be the trending thing.
Yeah, because there's no spotlight on him now.
Facts, yeah. But we do see that he has the potential to be something special.
Yeah,
I mean, he moves almost like Micah Slick. For sure. You know what I'm saying? But you don't think he has the
we know he got the potential for sure.
Facts. Yeah, he gotta get the IQ up. Right. But on to the next one. It's probably the most impactful draft pick that I think that we got is Cooper Beebe out of Kansas State. Like, that's probably the biggest pick that we got, the most impactful, because this is probably the biggest upgrade that we probably could have done offensively to me, because it's going to help establish that run game again. And Cooper Beebe from here is a veteran that can come right in. He's polished. Right. He got know-how. He got that nasty. You know what I'm saying? What we need. And that person to come fill that void that we've been missing since Travis Frederick gone. Sure. So
and I mean, with him, his tape impressed me so much, man. I was very excited when I seen this. I said, this is why we wasn't able to run the ball. This is what we need. Like, that is right there. That's it. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, when you see his tape, man, go check his tape out. When you see his tape and how hard he played,
it don't lie.
It doesn't lie. You will see it with.
Yeah, again, I like Beebe as well. And good things about him in terms of position of need. We can always use his position. Some backups and what have you. If he's as good as what they predict him to be, backup might not be a turn.
No, I don't think that's gonna be opposite. He's gonna be that guy immediately. You know what I'm saying? The presence that I get from him, he might be a captain sooner than later too. So that's exactly what we need for this offense, because that run game gonna have to be established, because we seen with that without a running game.
We've seen plenty of examples also too where we was like, man, why we can't run the ball? Like, who was the problem? Like, we went and got Tyler Smith, we had Tyron, we got Doug Martin. Like, who was the issue? And I feel like center was it. Like, we didn't address. I think we addressed that issue.
Facts.
6'4", 335. It's a nice size.
Yeah, 6'4" center. That's big. That's a big boy. Because centers usually be short and stocky for the most part, 6'2", 6'1", 6'3".
Check his tape out, y'all, please.
Yeah, that's one to watch for sure. That's one you can stamp certified.
Yes, sir.
All right, next for another glaring hole that we had on our roster, linebacker. So we drafted in the 3rd round Marist Liufau. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but his film to me, he was high motor guy again, reads the run game very well. To me, he looked a little undersized, but on paper, they got him at just under 240. But he looks right. He looks good. He looks physical. Comes up with point attack with that pop, like I like to see. So y'all guys think about
the biggest thing with him is he sticks his nose in on the run, and I feel like that's why we drafted him. We need somebody who's gonna actually get in there, stick their nose in. How what's his name? Sean Lee
used to,
Vander Esch, like he falls into that line, that category. Right. Now, in terms of the question mark with him is pass coverage. We don't really know pass coverage wise, because if you look at his film, they don't really have much. I mean, he had a couple of interceptions, but we don't really know what he's going to do with coverage wise. But he really reminds you of Kendrick, who we went and picked up also in free agency.
So I feel like,
right. So I mean, I feel good about him.
Well, it comes from a school with good pedigree. You know, man, coming out of Notre Dame, they have some pretty good linebackers that come up out of there.
That's true.
Linebacker again is a position need for us, because right now, in terms of our depth chart, we're looking at 6 positions that we have, and only 2 of them are filled.
Right.
So, definitely all the help we can get in linebacker, especially if it's some quality help.
Mhm.
And we all know from the defense that we've had in past years, that we can't stop the run and plug the holes that we need to for the linebacker position.
Yeah.
So I feel pretty strong that he may be an addition for us, a good addition.
Well, the most important thing is sharing up the middle of that field on defense. And if you can't stop him out the gut, in the middle, you're in trouble.
Right.
But it did start with the D tackles. That was a major issue.
Right.
Was but we're gonna get to that later on in the other picks right here.
Sure.
So, next guy is the cornerback out of Wake Forest, Caelen Carson. He got a B+ grade on here. To me, his film is not a B+ to me per se. He was good in getting in position and whatnot. Ball skills lacked to me. Like he was late to the ball, especially when he actually was making eye contact on the ball coming. That's one thing that was a glaring issue with me. But his physicality, he's not shy about coming up to tackle, which is a great attribute for a defensive back. So what did you know?
My positive on him is, like you said, the nasty. The nasty you can't coach. He's gonna come up. He's gonna make that hit. He's gonna cover. He's gonna be right there in position. Hopefully, we can coach him into being in position before the play happens. So, I think it's a plus, and it would come down to the coaching, which we got a great cornerback coach,
Mr. Al Harris. Yes, sir.
I feel like it's a good pickup. The bad, it could be another Calvin Joseph. Calvin Joseph was the same person. Drafting him, he was nasty.
Yeah.
He was always in position. He always came up to make
ball.
tackle. Just he wasn't right there when we needed him to be right there. So
Another almost.
Yeah. We don't need them more of them.
So it can go either way with him. It can go either way.
Yeah, we're switching from a position of need. Again, cornerback is another position that we actually only have 2 on the roster right now.
Well, we got J. Lou,
Well,
and
besides
outside.
But I think he'd be a good addition for us right now. We need some additions, good and otherwise. We need some depth. So we need to plug some holes.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, we in cap hell, so draft is all we can pretty much deal with in free agency. We got a penny
and let us not forget,
plug and play.
We're all in.
All out.
We ain't seen that yet. We ain't seen that.
But it could be a gift and a curse. Who knows? Time will tell. For real.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later on.
Yeah, later on. Yeah, but I mean, like I said, Al Harris, get his hands on him. He can fix that one issue because Al Harris was ball.
Correct.
So if he can fix that, we might have a win on our hands.
Correct.
Next, we got a receiver out of Southeast Missouri State, Ryan Flournoy. To me, he's solid. He's going to be more of a project guy. He's 6'2". To me, he wasn't fluid in his route running, but his yak and yards after catch is nice. He has good release coming off the ball, and his ball skills are decent. I think his hands can be a little sure. But route running can be cleaned up a bit. But he has a lot of potential, in my opinion.
Yeah, he's very raw. I would like to see what we do with him. It's going to be a great camp because, like I said, too, like we really, although Cooks is supposed to be number 2, I think we still need to be searching because, we don't know what we're going to do injury-wise. So it's going to be a good wide receiver camp. Great wide receiver
good battle,
camp.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we'll talk about the one that I'm really highly on later. But
Just draft.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, at 6'1", 200, I would like to a little bit bigger, a little bit bigger target for us. But if he's got the ball skills, that'll make him successful. That's what we're looking for.
Right.
We want somebody to be able to catch the ball and throw it to him.
Yeah, that's number one. That damn sure need the help.
For sure.
Yeah, but we'll see. Yeah, I ain't gonna, bash him now, but they got him an A grade. I ain't see the 8. I'm tough on receivers.
Right.
I ain't see no 8.
I ain't seen no 8.
Nah.
Well, I mean, one thing for sure, you can't hide in training camp.
Cam sure can't.
Cannot.
It's gonna be a good battle
It'll
though.
be- yeah,
Yeah,
it'll be
between
okay.
it's gonna be a good
You
one.
want it,
Great
you
game.
got to go get it.
You gotta go get that
And I
damn
ain't
thing.
just talking about the ball. I'm talking about the job.
Fact.
For sure.
Yeah, you gotta stand out. It's gonna be a tough one.
And number 2 is up for grabs, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, wide open. Wide open.
All right.
Yeah. All right. Our first 7th round pick was an offensive tackle out of Louisiana Lafayette, Nathan Thomas. Now, he got an A+ grade. This is fitting. When I watched this film and I read, what his assistant coach said about him coming up, he was very light-footed and heavy-handed. That's all recipe for great offensive tackle. I didn't see a lot of offensive passing plays for him, but his run blocking was pretty impactful. Like he was getting down and making impact blocks down the field, which I love to see. And he's going to help us reestablish that run game along with Beebe. So,
and he didn't, like you said, he didn't run the. We say didn't run the 40. No, he ran the 40. He didn't do the bench press. So
he didn't do bench press. That was the only thing I didn't like.
Which I tell you too, that's the recipe for him saying he got great feet.
Right.
So that's, to me, that's something you can work with. And getting him at the 6th, 7th round, that's a perfect pick for me. Right, that's good.
That's cool. That's low risk.
Right.
Yeah. From a talent standpoint, we got one of probably the best talent expert in the business.
For sure.
When I see a player come from a lesser known school, to me that tells me Will saw something in that guy that makes him stand out. It says a lot. So that's my take on that.
Well, I mean, and look now, a lot of these small school kids who are getting drafted are legit.
That's it.
The guys are going to find these guys, and they popping more often now than not.
Sure.
So I get excited.
Look at Tyler Smith.
Exactly.
I mean, we ain't think ain't no way he come from school. You know what I mean? Like we ain't think that.
Yeah.
But look at him. He had a great first season.
But you also attribute that to the fact that so many more of the smaller schools players are succeeding now, so that's encouraging teams to go look a little deeper than they normally would to find that diamond in the rough.
For sure.
Mm-hmm. That's true. I mean, then plus your talent gonna shine. If you got it, the film gonna tell the truth.
Right.
For sure.
So,
but before they weren't getting the opportunities. They weren't getting invited to the combine. They
or getting the looks. Your scouts wasn't going there, but now they actually, going to reach out for the guys. Talent is far everywhere. All right, the 7th pick, the last pick we had was with Justin Rogers out of Auburn, a defensive tackle. He was okay. I see why he was drafted in the 7th round. He didn't show me anything per se that was special about him. It does seem like he has low center of gravity or whatnot, but his technique is lacking. He's looking a little like Mozzie out there.
I mean, this is my take on him, and that was my position. Mm-hmm. So even just seeing the little things with him, he is a big project, and I don't like that. He's a 7th round pick, but I feel like he should have probably went undrafted. We could have picked anything else, because the thing that pointed out to me was on his film is some plays he was getting knocked back 2 yards before he even can stand his ground, and that's a no-no.
We don't need that.
Something, because you're gonna run into something that's gonna be even more stronger in the field. Like, that's just not gonna be it. Right. So I didn't like that pick personally.
Here again, y'all can call me Harry Hope. Because I'm looking at, he came out of Auburn, and Auburn is pretty known very well for their defenses. And I'm Harry Hope in terms of hope he pans out for us.
I'm hoping with it. That's all we can do.
Too.
I'm
also a UGA fan. You also a South Carolina fan. If we ran the ball on them, that means he didn't do a good job.
Yeah, well, y'all ran the ball. Y'all ran the ball a lot of
different.
But still, he ain't stop us though.
That's real. But he did transfer from Kentucky, and surprisingly, his Kentucky film was better than his Auburn film. I don't know what
that's crazy.
Probably scared.
Could be.
Yeah. We'll see.
He's 6'2", 338, so
that's solid.
That's size.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, he might get coached up.
That's all we can hope on these days.
For sure.
Brevyn Spann-Ford, tight end out of Minnesota.
He okay.
Don't sound like Brevyn gonna make it.
No, he has great hands. He has very great hands. Just to me watching him, he's a very slow tight end. So he'd be either a red zone threat. I didn't really see no blocking film, but they say he's probably a blocker. So I guess I'll go with that. We'll see what he brings to the table. Me get an invite to the camp. So
I watched this film. I thought he moved pretty fluidly for 6'7". And I watched his 40 run. His 40 run looked pretty fluid. He caught the ball not as clean as I would like, but he's a tight end again. And they usually mostly in the red zone, which is understandable at 6'7". So, and I think that's probably primarily what we're gonna use him for. You know, hope they coach him up to block. We need some damn blocking for the run game.
For sure.
The better, the more, the better. But we need red zone targets. You know,
for sure.
The more,
for sure.
You know, the bigger. So I think that's what they're gonna hang their hat on for him.
All right, if I ask you guys for a grade on this guy, ABC and incomplete as the measuring stick, what would y'all give him?
He might be kind of raw, but I think he'll make the roster. I think he could end up being the third guy. We don't know how Steven's going to come back, so he could be third in the depth chart, kind of Schoonmaker and
I mean, I give him a C+. I haven't seen the blocking that might bump him up to a B-, but just based off the film that I've seen, I give him a B-. I give him a B-.
We're lucky they ain't in a position of need. So.
Yeah, right, exactly. Exactly.
It'd be a bonus if he does
boy,
get
sure. Boy, that's saying a lot.
Yeah. Right. So.
Okay, next is Jason Denzel Jackson, the defensive tackle out of Nathaniel Pete, out of running back out of Missouri.
He pops. I'm gonna tell you why. This guy is a very patient runner. When he see the hole, he hits it. Like he has that pop. He's 5'8". Well, I say 200, 205, 206. He moves. I think he'd probably be decent. I think he could make the roster, but just based off of film,
that means somebody about to be bumped out.
This is film now, but that's just based off of me watching film, because when he see it, he hit it, but they don't have it. Of course, you don't see no blocking, highlights or whatever.
Can I get a grade, sir?
Oh, I give him a B+.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Give him B+. For sure.
Trust your grade on that, sir.
He B+ as well.
Hey, I ain't seen the film on him, so I'm gonna give him.
He has very good film. I like the way he ran the ball.
Okay.
Next on the list is Byron Vaughn, defensive end out of Baylor.
Like him.
Vaughn looked good. He got a good motor. He come off that edge with purpose. He'd be good. He transferred to Utah State and Oregon for both, and then going from 3 big schools. I mean, that's telling me. I mean, legit.
You got talent.
I mean, they're not gonna just pick up anybody.
Right.
But the film don't lie. He moves well. Like he got a good frame on him. Decent speed. I like what I see from him. I give him a B.
What is he? 6'4". He's what,
240?
40, yeah, 240.
Yeah,
so I mean, he's
solid.
great size. I mean, he moves great. He
Mhm.
gets the ball, come off the edge, perfect. Like he has very good technique.
Is he an A, in your opinion?
Based off of film?
Yeah.
Film wise, yeah.
Okay.
Film, I give him A-.
They're gonna make the roster.
I think he'll make roster for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what we need.
Cut.
We
And
need
put
D-line.
some- put some cut on the A.
Fowler and all the boys.
We done lost Fowler. You done lost your boy Dorrance. We done lost a good little bit. So,
lost a lot of blood.
yeah, he'll make
We got
roster.
cut. We lost a lot of blood.
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
I think we're here in the name of camp for sure.
Next is Josh DeBerry, out of a cornerback out of Texas A&M.
He was solid. He would be a project. They probably gonna end up being most of the guys you drafted. Like they're gonna be like special team target guys. I mean, when he do come out and pop and be a more of a day-to-day guy, then that'd be great. But they kind of might be a long shot for him.
Does he get a grade? Okay, next on the list is Cam Emery. Last on the list is Corey.
The guy
we've been waiting on.
Corey Kroon, wide receiver out of Minnesota.
Now,
You should have said him first.
Facts. We should have started out with him. But
actually should have been his name top of the seat.
This guy is one of the first receivers I watched from the draft, and I was impressed. I like his get up and go. He remind me kind of Antonio Brown slick. And I like it. He get that thing.
He's a great route runner.
Yeah.
He's a great route runner. He know how to find his spot.
Mm-hmm.
He got great hands.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, his hands
snatch that
great.
thing. Yes, sir.
So I mean, I'm very looking for his name to come out of camp for sure.
Boy, y'all are hyped on this one.
No, he's gonna be A minus.
You know, it's always one undrafted guy we really like every year.
So he's A minus on me.
Yeah.
I watched his film; it's pretty good.
I'm gonna go with that A2, A minus. I'm going with a solid A.
Okay.
So I'm getting A plus because he ain't did nothing yet.
We got
For the most part,
one A.
he got that go.
So out of our list here, we got 1, 2, 3, 4 players that popped.
And it might be as many as gonna make the team.
Right. And they all are needed.
Yeah.
I think that's a good sample size for
so.
undrafted free agents.
For sure.
I mean, you're always hopeful that there's some more out there, but you know, if you can identify some solid help, some solid players with some solid numbers out of your undrafted free agent, that's a big thing in itself.
Right.
So
I mean, it's all a gamble.
Everything's a gamble.
You just gotta do your do your due diligence, you know, and do your research and whatnot. And Will McClay has been proven, to be more successful than not, in the draft process. So I'm gonna trust it, man. So what do y'all give him grade wise? How we came out? How do y'all grade? How's that?
I think we've got a number of players out there that we identify or that you guys identify as being possible contributors. And if you can do that, I think you have some degree of success. But the rest is on hope. I'm having hope.
We're gonna be hopeful with you. That's all we can do. That's all we can hang our hat on.
So I give him I give us a B plus because we addressed the offensive line. We went for some defense. I would have liked for us to have went for a D tackle that was, to me, a little more talented to stop the run. But knowing that we let go, what's his name? Hankins. We should have plugged that hole. But other than that, I feel like we did pretty decent to plug the holes we really needed. I just like I said, I just like to see us plug that defensive tackle because it's really where we struggle. Like,
speaking about Hankins, as much as I was glad we had him, I liked him for his experience and his talents. I hate to see him go, but at the same time, I'm looking at his age and I'm looking at wear and tear his body, and I'd be more in favor of finding that new talent to plug in.
But that's why I said we should have drafted him.
I know you can't replace that experience.
Yeah.
Hankins is plus he came from our rival.
Right.
So.
And I think too, we messed up where we went and took a D tackle too early last year in the draft. And we didn't strike gold. So it's a project. And hopefully he shows us something this year to where it doesn't get pushed on how, what's his name? Tristan Hill.
Yeah.
Like hopefully it doesn't take 3 years to actually see the product.
You got it,
Yeah. So and hopefully we get to see the product. So that's my thing with it. I think that's why we didn't go D tackle early. They just didn't want to take that chance.
Well, I mean, I think this is in the draft. It just that guy wasn't there. I don't think it really was no.
Well, we did trade back, so
we did, and it wasn't no sure things, and there wasn't no value with D tackles in the draft. I can't even think of 2 guys that really popped to me. The guys they had up there, they're okay,
right?
But they weren't like that. So I mean, for the most part, I'm okay with that. They did draft one, and they did attempt to address all the needs that we needed. That Cooper Beebe was big for me.
For sure.
That was A1. That was A plus. So I'm gonna give us a B, a solid B for that because we addressed all the needs. Hopefully they do hit. But the D tackle still not being addressed and not having Hankins signed. that still bothers me
Right,
too. Because
right.
you got to shore up the middle on both sides of the ball.
Got to.
And that's a glaring issue. If you can't shore that thing up, that's going to affect the rest of everybody behind it.
Exactly.
So that's why I'm going to sit at that B. If they did draft a guy who was solid within the first 4 rounds, I probably would have gave them an A. But I got to give them that B because we didn't get a lot of sexy picks, but we got a lot of needs.
For sure.
To wrap this session up, I'm going to give you gentlemen an A for your research on these
yours too. You can't prepare.
Agents and our draft overall. You guys did an excellent job in looking up and determining what we actually had and are possibly going to get. So I give you guys an A on that.
Yeah, man, trying to get excited about something about this season because I mean we didn't really do much in the offseason, so
wasn't that much to grab our attention like that. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't newsworthy to me, you know what I'm saying? So that's that. But now we got some guys in the building and we drafted them up. So we're gonna see what's going on, man, with these Cowboys for the rest of this season, man. But we appreciate y'all tuning in and checking out with us. You know, share, like, comment, and stay locked in with us, man. We got a lot more content coming to y'all. So we appreciate y'all.
We realized we was on hiatus for a little bit, but we're back now. We got some good material to work with and looking forward to giving you guys the newest, the freshest, and the greatest.
Facts. Indeed. Appreciate it. Till next time. Wahawa.